Testing, testing, testing. Welcome into Cortland, New York at the Gutschel Sports Complex. Jesse Cook, Luke Burgess coming to you in the second inning. Apologies for all of those technical difficulties that prevented us. It's 1-0 Syracuse. Liam Riordan on the hill. His first batter is Mason Brentchak. Fairfield went down 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. So here we are at the top of the second. Riordan into the windup. He fires. Swing and a miss away.
Looked like a fastball on the outside corner there. Really good pitch mix through the first inning, and they want to keep that up, get some good innings out of their starter.
Second pitch comes in a little too high. 1-1 count. Riordan, last time he pitched was just one inning. That one came at NBT Bank Stadium. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul tip to the backstop. So 1-2 count for Brentchak. Luke, a tight count. You choke up here and try to get a hit, or do you swing for the fences?
Well, I think you got to try and get someone on base to start. No hits in that first inning.
And that keeps the count alive. So 1-2 for Brentchak. The right fielder didn't see much action in the bottom half of the inning on defense. One hit came his way, but other than that, everything else was fielded. 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. Riordan looking strong, and that's 4 up, 4 down.
Good use of the breaking ball again there. This time puts it a little bit further away from the hitter. Doesn't front door it as much. Gets the strikeout, swing and miss.
So that brings up Timothy Cooper batting from the left side. And a big bat for him, one of the team's top RBI getters. First time we're seeing the first baseman. Even stance. Riordan fires. Waits on a fastball right in the grill for strike one.
Caught the inside corner. Good use of the plate.
0-1 count. Riordan again. Fires out to second base. Scooped up the throw over to first a little high, but the reach is nothing new. An easy first out. Jack Corrado makes the reach at first, and there's 2 away in the top half of the second.
Keeping it simple there. Use the glove, make the routine play, and routine play is definitely a big part of getting a win, especially when you're playing in the playoffs and the energy heats up a little bit more.
Brendan Bartoli, the center fielder on the left side of the plate. First pitch to him. He swings way ahead of the changeup, and it's strike one. And Luke, you're absolutely right. It's the regional round of the tournament, double elimination. Riordan again. Called strike, front door fastball, 0-2.
A good play off of that changeup. Uses that fastball on the inside corner after the changeup away.
Riordan
0-2.
Riordan again, the 0-2 pitch. Bounced out, first base side, just foul. And he went a little higher on the bat there to get the extra, to get the extra grip.
Really good pitch mix so far for Riordan through the first inning in 2/3. Able to use the breaking stuff effectively.
Still an 0-2 count. Riordan into the door, caught him swinging. 1, 2, 3. Again, make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through the first two. Syracuse leads 1-0 as we move on to the bottom of the second inning. Bottom of the second inning coming your way. Jesse Cook, Luke Burgess coming to you from Cortland. Syracuse up 1-0 over Fairfield, and that's exactly who has the bats. The Orange. Leading off, it's Christian Thack, the second baseman, followed by Connor Burke and Alex Cordner. Thack batting from the right side. Pitcher for Fairfield is Sheridan Dillon. He's 8-0. The right-hander fires the first pitch, and that's chin music, a little too high for Thack's liking.
Up and in fastball there, and Syracuse going to try and add on after a good offensive first inning. 1 run on the board, 2 hits. Hopefully get a few more in the bottom of the second.
Dillon, the pitch. Called strike, blown away for a fastball. 1-1 count to Thack. He's crowding the plate on that right side. Dillon again. Breaking ball hammered up the middle. Thack aboard with a base hit to center field. So nobody out, 1 on for the Orange.
Just left that one a little bit too high in the zone, hung it. Looked like the slider, maybe a curveball that just didn't break. But either way, it's a base hit into center field, right back up the middle. And the Orange continuing their success of the first inning.
Yeah, solid swing for Thack, and that brings up the team president, Connor Burke, batting on the right side with an open stance. Dillon from the stretch. The pitch, check swing, called strike, high and in. 0-1 count. Burke digs in again, batting .263 on the year. Dillon, the pitch, swing and a miss. A little late on that fastball, high and in, and it's 0-2.
Threw the same pitch 2 times in a row there. Pretty much right down the middle, a tad high, but 0-2 gets the result.
With a 2-strike count, no balls yet. Burke digs in again from the stretch, misses way too high and in. So a 0-2 count turns into 1-2.
I think he might have been trying to go right back to the well 3 straight times, but gets a little bit close to the helmet there. Not what you want to see with the fastball early on.
Not to one of the top strikeout guys in all of Division II. The pitch again, that one swung on and foul, tip to the backstop. You might have heard the plink against the chain link fence right above us because Luke and I are sitting right behind home plate. Get that perfect view of the pitch. So the count remains at 1-2 for Burke. The shortstop, Reddy's on the right side. Dillon, another right-hander on the hill. Runner on first, nobody out, 1-0 SU. And Burke raises his right hand to the umpire, and we get a time. He steps out of the box. No pitch clock at this level.
No, I was thinking the exact same thing. He has his time to get back in the box.
1-2. Burke ready's in the box. Dillon fires. That one in the dirt. Catcher dropped to stop it. Solid work from Jared Covino to keep Thack in check on first base. Count evens up at 2-2. Burke wheels back into the box, twirling the bat a couple times. Dylan on the far right side of the rubber. He pitches. Called strike 3, fastball right down Broadway and at the knees. One away, one on for the 9-hitter in the Syracuse lineup here in the top of the second.
String of inside pitches there. Gets him kind of maybe inside conscious, doesn't want to reach out too far, and then all of a sudden goes to the fastball on the outside far corner and gets him looking there. And one out in the inning.
That's strikeout number 71 on the season for Dylan. Now up, Alex Cordner, the righty. First pitch, missed high. If you heard a shout there, it was the first baseman for Fairfield, Cooper, shouting out that Thack started to run off for second, but it was a fake out. 1-0 count now for Cordner. A laid-back open stance on the right side, midway through the box. The pitch swings way late at it, and that's a 1-1 count.
That's just that same fastball, Jesse, right down the middle, and clearly having a hard time picking it up so far. They've gotten a few hits, but that fastball is definitely working.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that he keeps going to that well. Dylan again misses outside.
Just pulled that one.
Well, especially in a situation like this where you've got a batter who's late on pitches, it's not the best idea to go outside because that's what he's waiting for. 2-1 count. The pitch. Swings and hammers it to center field. That one midway through and down. A base hit. Runners on first and second for Syracuse and due up the top of the order. And Kyle Shee.
Just one too many times, Jesse. That fastball down the middle again, and this time he timed it up perfectly. Drove it into the left center field gap and gets two guys on, one out here, and it's working again. The offense doing good job here early on for Syracuse against Fairfield.
Pitch selection always a key thing, but when the guy's throwing the same pitch over and over again, it gets tiring. And he singled last time up on the second pitch he saw. Batting from the right side, first pitch, waits on a breaking ball low in the dirt. And really, it's in the turf. There is no dirt on this field. It's all little pellets.
And that one looked like that changeup again. Had the fastball look, then kind of just dives out. Bottom falls out from under it at the last minute.
1-0 count. Shee at the very back of the box. The pitch misses low and away. The fastball just looked like it tickled the paint, but no luck for the pitcher.
That's the second time he's gone that changeup fastball combo. He throws the changeup inside, then the fastball on the outside corner. Didn't get the call that time. 2-0
to Shee. Swings, pops it up, foul over the backstop, and into an active construction area behind us. 2-1 count for Shee. Runners on first and second. One away in the top of the second inning. 1-0 Syracuse leads Fairfield. Game 1 of the entire tournament play here in Cortland. The NCBA Division II Regionals. The pitch. Called strike at the top of the zone. That one looked about chest high.
Shee thought that it was maybe a little bit too high, maybe ball 3 up there, but disagreements behind the plate.
So it would have been a hitter's count turns into something dire at 2-2. Dylan kicks and fires, swing and a miss. Shee turned around. There's 2 away with 2 on for the 2-hitter.
First time that he showed him the slider in that at bat and got him looking, really had his timing off there. And that's exactly what you look to do when you go to the breaking ball, all fastballs, the lone changeup throughout that at bat, then pulls the string at the end, gets the strikeout.
Thomas Montfort at the dish, trying to avoid being the 5th strikeout victim. The pitch, he swings and fouls it off to the right side out of play. Montfort, technically, he is 0 for 1 today, but he did reach base in the first inning, and it was one of the many 7 ways to get to first, a drop third strike. 0-1 pitch. Dylan steadies on the hill, checks back at second. Taking his time, he fires from the stretch now. Montfort waits on it, and it skips away from Covino, but he holds on. The catcher thought he had a beat on a runner at third as he skipped away for that ball, but picked up in plenty of time to hold everybody exactly where they were, and it's a 1-1 count.
A bit of a miscommunication on the base paths there for the Orange. It looked like on first base we had number 33.
Yeah, Cordner got a little ahead of himself.
Taking off.
1-1 count.
Getting back in time.
Pitch misses low below the knees, and a 2-1 count for Montfort. And it's been a while since Syracuse last played. Last game was 2 weeks ago at NBT Bank Stadium. Doubleheader, swept it against Binghamton. Montfort, a key player in that. 2-1 pitch. He swings and foul chips it to the backstop. That one low. A curveball that was about shoelace high.
Well, the weather, you bring it up, canceled the games last weekend for Syracuse, but the April and May weather seems to have switched a little bit in central New York. We had some beautiful temperatures throughout April, and now in May, it's been a lot of clouds. We got some sun poking through here on Cinco de Mayo afternoon.
That's true. It's warming up. 2-2 to Montfort. He swings, bounces off Dillon on the hill, skips out to third, and Syracuse has the bases loaded.
And Thack slides at third, not able to make the turn. He might have had a chance. Shortstop in there on that play, and really no one near the ball for a moment there. He might have had a chance to make the turn, head home, try and extend this lead for the Orange. But as I said, he takes the slide at third base, and now the base is juiced. 2 outs.
Adam Neufeld in for a big spot. That closed off stance, peaked to pull the ball.
Neufeld, big RBI guy.
It's true.
Looking to pick up a few more here with 2 runners in scoring position.
First pitch to the righty comes in right down the middle for a strike. He didn't take the bat off his shoulder. So bases loaded, 2 away for Adam Neufeld in a solid spot. This season, he's got 14 ribbies. The 0-1 from Dillon, he deals, fouled off to the backstop. That thump was the wooden bottom to the chain link fence. And it was also the sound of Neufeld going down 0-2 in the count.
We're thankful for the good construction of the chain link fence, just a few feet in front of us here, keeping us safe.
Yeah, give it a few months and you won't blink when that happens, but I think we both recoiled. The 0-2, that one misses low, breaking ball just under the knees. And that was a very late breaking pitch. Neufeld, good to lay off it.
Went back to that slider. It's been really effective at getting those strikeouts so far. 5 on the day. Looking for a 6th to end the second inning.
1-2 count. Bases loaded, 2 away. The pitch. Neufeld swings and foul tips it off the catcher's gear, so he stays alive.
Goes back to the changeup there, and that changeup really effective. The bottom drops out of it super late. So by the time the hitter's trying to get on that fastball, especially in an RBI situation like this, and turn it into left field, doesn't get a chance. But way to make contact, stay alive in this count.
And Neufeld choked up about a half inch off the knob of that bat. So a 1-2 count. Neufeld calls time and steps out of the box, takes a practice cut. Just to reset on the base path, it's Montfort on first, Cortland on second, and Thack on third with 2 away. 1-2 count for Neufeld. 1-0 Syracuse leads. Righty-righty matchup. Dillon fires. Neufeld swings, bounces out to second base. Off the hop, the throw to first is in time, and Fairfield avoids disaster. So you load the bases with 2 out, put it to the opposite field, do everything you can do, just sometimes not enough. And that's the phrase we take into the top of the third inning. Syracuse still, though, with enough, up 1-0. So stay tuned on the SU Club Baseball Network. Top of the third inning from Cortland, New York. Syracuse leads Fairfield 1-0, and it's a 7-8-9 hitters coming up for the Stags. The catcher, Jared Covino, leading off on the right side. Liam Reardon still on the hill for SU. He hasn't allowed a base runner yet. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball high and away, an 0-1 count.
She gets that ball back to him really quickly after the pitch. Want to keep the tempo up and keep the batter uncomfortable.
0-1. Breaking ball misses low and away. Well, tempo doesn't always guarantee a strike, but it's all about the rhythm. Covino in open stance, batting .375 on the year. The 1-1 pitch, swings, batters it out to short, scoops up off the glove, bobbled Burke to first. In time.
Really impressive recovery from Burke there. Struggles to field the ground ball at first, but recovers nicely, gets the out, and a really good throw. When you struggle like that, maybe have a bit of difficulty picking up the ball. You really can't mess up the throw, and it was right on the money to get the first out of the inning.
Caleb Burcham batting from the right side. First pitch to him. Front door curveball had him staring. 0-1 count after that strike.
Reardon's been able to drop that in whenever he wants so far. I hope he can keep that command.
0-1. Fires. That one foul tip to the backstop. 0-2 count. Burcham backed away in the count. He's struck out 6 times on the season. Reardon looking for more of those. He fires that one off the body, though.
Well, so much for the first base runner of the game. Burcham going to get on for Fairfield. The Stags have their first base runner of the afternoon.
Brings up the 9-hitter, lefty designated hitter, Nicholas.
Their first base runner of the afternoon.
Brings up the 9-hitter, lefty designated hitter, Nicholas Milo. This season, he's batting .250, just a 4 for 16 line. Struck out twice. Reardon from the stretch. First pitch misses high. Talk about an inopportune time to hit a guy with the top of the order coming right up.
Yeah, now you get a little bit of momentum as the lineup flips over, and you got to be able to control your emotions now going into this next at-bat.
The 1-0 pitch fouled off the top of the backstop, 1-1 count. Milo, someone who has not struck out a lot, but he's walked just as much as he struck out in those few plate appearances. 2 Ks, 2 walks. 1-1. Misses outside. Reardon fell off the mound during that. He had to stumble to keep himself up.
That can certainly be a consequence of that turf. You don't get a chance to plant your foot as hard in the mound when you're coming down on your downswing, and sometimes it can result in slipping. Obviously, the turf is a lot more slick than dirt would be.
2-1 pitch. Fires and swung on down the third base line. Foul. 2-2 count for Milo. Reardon entered this game with just 5 strikeouts on the entire season, but he's already ballooned it up to 8 with 3 of them today. On the verge of another one, a 2-2 count with 1 away, runner on. 1-run lead for Syracuse. Reardon kicks and deals. Bounced out. Second base. The flip to the bag for 1. Throw over to first. Just barely not in time. So a fielder's choice keeps a man on first, but there's 2 away for the top of the Fairfield order.
It was really good calmness there to go to second base, try and get the lead runner, and then throw on to first. Doesn't matter if you don't get the guy on first, you still get the out. Trading out. Don't lose a base runner. So same situation, just an extra out. It's basically like a strikeout. And as I said, really good awareness to go to second there, even though the time was running short.
Right-handed Andre Briganti faces the first pitch. He watches a curveball low and away for strike 1. And the second baseman, his first time up, struck out on a full count for the first out of the game. Reardon comes set, 0-1 count, looks over at first. He decides on home. The pitch is way away, though, 1-1. And Briganti, someone who gets on base. He has a .429 batting average entering this game. Fearsome hitter. 1. Reardon from the stretch. Curveball fouled off over the backstop. So 1-2 count.
And you say he gets on base. He knows how to steal bases as well. 4 stolen bases on the season and a triple. So he's able to use those legs, create some offense. Definitely a guy who's very valuable when you're down in a game like this.
Reardon, the 1-2 He fires, swung on and foul tip to the backstop, so Briganti stays alive. And part of getting on base is staying alive in 2 strike counts. Briganti, not someone who does a whole lot of striking out. He's only done it 3 times. Reardon comes set. He fires, 1-2, breaking ball, swung on and popped up first base side, out of play.
The runner taking off on that pitch. Just after we talk about stolen bases, and I think 5 hits so far for the Orange. Fairfield knows they're going to have to be aggressive if they're going to generate offense. The lower seed coming into this regional tournament.
And Luke, there's 2 away. 2 strike count. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, backdoor. Backdoor, caught him looking. So once again, Fairfield is held hitless for a frame, although the Stags do grab their first base runner. We move on to the bottom of the 3rd, still 1-0 Syracuse, and Liam Reardon rearing his head proudly. Syracuse leads Fairfield 1-0 with the 4, 5, and 6 batters coming up. I'm Jesse Cook alongside Luke Burgess, and we're sitting right behind home plate to bring you this game. Batting first for SU, that's Louis DeAngelis, 0-for-1 with a swing and strikeout. The left-handed batter facing the right-handed Sheridan Dillon on the hill. First pitch of the inning on the way. Changeup missed a little too high for DeAngelis' liking, so 1-0 count. And he's someone with a lot of power. He said if he weren't a ball player, he'd be a bodybuilder. 1-0 pitch to DeAngelis. He swings and foul tips a fastball into the catcher's mitt. 1-1 count. Base is empty. Nobody out for DeAngelis. Dillon pitching from the stretch, the 1-1. Breaking ball missed high above his head.
Having a hard time getting on top of that breaking ball right now. That's 2 that have kind of spun out a little bit early. And when you're trying to come over top of the curveball, get the top spin going, and it spins out a little bit early, that's exactly what you're going to get. And that can be dangerous if you leave one up.
1 pitch. He tries the fastball. DeAngelis swings and misses way too late. Luke, I guess he was listening to you. Go back to that well. I mean, we saw him struggle with location in the 2nd inning too, missing low. So a 2-2 count. Be interesting to see what he tries here. Dillon from the stretch. Fastball again. DeAngelis goes down by way of the K for the 2nd time. The bottom of the 3rd, and that brings up William Giffen, the right fielder, on the right side.
That fastball has been really, really good so far. Able to get quite a few punch outs with it and a lot of confidence in using it, clearly able to go right in the middle, up high, use it low. So he's got good command so far and really commanding that pitch much better than his off speed.
Well, now he's going to try against Giffen. Dillon comes set, fires to the righty, and there's a breaking ball with location right down the middle. 0-1 the count for Giffen. A very open stance. The pitch. Swings and foul tips another well-placed breaking ball to the backstop.
Went right back to it. and clearly doing it well. Doesn't get the timing perfect, fouls it off the top of the bat, and that one goes back to his right.
So an 0-2 count now. Giffen ready's in the box. Dylan from the stretch. He fires. Swing and a miss. 3 straight. He had him behind on the last one, too. So clearly something worked, and that brings up Jack Corrado with the bases empty and 2 away, batting from the left side.
Yeah, speeds him up with that last pitch there on the outside corner, and he's obviously way behind on his timing after those curveballs up in the zone. And that one just nips the out. Called strike 3 either way, but gets him swinging.
Good spot from Dylan. He fires again now to Corrado, misses up high. So maybe it's something that he doesn't like with a left-handed batter, because he was missing like that DeAngelis on those breaking pitches.
Yeah, it's tough. You got to be able to make sure you can get it on the outside corner without leaving it too high in the zone. A breaking pitch into a lefty is a perfect home run pitch.
1-0 pitch fired through for strike 1. Fastball right down the middle. Corrado, someone with a little... The freshman entered today, batting .259, 13 RBIs. 1-1, Dylan deals. Inside, called a strike, 1-2 count. So the Maryland native backed up against the wall, and Dylan has already struck out 2 this inning.
You know, Jesse, I think, honestly, off the spin of that last pitch, it might have been the changeup you went back to, and it's so deceptive. It looks like a fastball 90% of the way, then kind of drops off at the last second, but spinning a little bit more on a horizontal axis.
It's a trademark of a good pitcher if you've got something that breaks so late you can't figure it out in the box. 1-2 pitch on the way. He swings and misses. Dirty stuff from Dylan, and Syracuse goes down 1-2-3. So, Luke, that takes us to the top of the 4th inning. Syracuse, the bats have fallen silent over the past 2, but up 1-0. Fairfield, who has yet to record a hit, going up to the bat again.
Top of the 4th inning on the SU Baseball Network. Luke Burgess, Jesse Cook, and Fairfield back to bat here. CJ Arena leading it off for the Stags. And a really nice first few innings so far for Reardon. And he delivers the 0-0. That one's driven to left field, back towards the wall, getting on it and making the catch.
Lots of room for Adam Neufeld out there. Right. That's a pretty deep wall in left field. It's only 320 down the line, but 370 once you move out to left center. And Fairfield, a team with only 1 home run on the year, looking for a little more air under it.
And gets deep quick, but that one really close to the warning track. Reardon, working fast, delivers that one on the outside corner. Slider.
And speaking of those home runs, it's Colin Craig at the plate, who has the team's sole solo shot.
Craig sees the 0-1 that fouls that one off to the right side. Now 0-2 count. Craig was a little bit inquisitive about that first pitch. Thought maybe it was a little bit outside, but gets his confirmation from the umpire. 0-2 count. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Reardon sets. Now comes home. Breaking ball again. That one in the dirt. Ended up in the left-handed batter's box. 1-2 count.
Yeah, he had Kyle Shee dancing off for it, and he didn't go down into his knees for that grab like most catchers would.
Here comes the pitch on the outside corner, gets him. A nice strikeout with the fastball. Looked like it maybe tailed back into the zone after coming out, but 2 outs in the inning and working quickly. It's Mason Brenchick coming to the plate for Fairfield. 2 outs, top of the 4th. The 1-0 lead. Reardon comes set. On the outside corner, doesn't get the call. 1-0.
Brenchick, someone who battled in his last at-bat. He went down 1-2 and fouled off a pitch before finally succumbing to the Reardon strikeout.
That's been a common fate this afternoon. Breaking ball on the right side of the infield. And the inning over real quick there. For Syracuse, they'll head to the dugout. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Syracuse Orange up 1-0 over the Fairfield Stags. Back here on the SU Baseball Network, Luke Burgess and Jesse Cook for the bottom of the 4th. Syracuse Orange leading over the Fairfield Stags 1-0. And Christian Thack, who made the catch to end the top of the 4th, up to bat, trying to keep the good mojo going. Sheridan Dillon on the mound for the Stags has been dealing thus far, giving up 1 run, 5 hits, but a lot of strikeouts. And the 0-0, here comes the pitch. That one's fouled off, back behind us.
Thack, one of the many right-handed batters for Syracuse, who has had trouble seeing that curveball the first time in the at-bat. But Dillon has not fooled anyone twice at this point.
Dillon comes set. And the 0-1. And that curveball, there it is, and gets it in for a strike on the front door. So able to sneak that one in pretty consistently, and hitters not picking it up so far through 3 innings.
Yeah, Thack watched that one instead of lifting the bat up.
Here comes the 0-2. That one down low, strikeout looking. Thack going to head to the bench and looks back to the umpire. I thought it was low, but was not. So 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, Luke, you and me, we're looking right at home plate from the umpire's standpoint. That one painted the corner perfectly, and it's all about that combination. Curveball, fastball, kept him off balance.
And now the other side of the middle infield coming to the plate, Connor Burke will face Dillon. Looking for a hit here and a little bit of momentum. The Syracuse bats not as good as they have been since the early part of that 1st and 2nd inning. First pitch is called strike. Curveball on the outside corner.
Burke struck out looking on that 6th pitch of the at-bat that he faced.
We haven't seen a lot of change-ups from Dillon, but we have seen some, and it's really hard as a hitter to pick that up. As here comes the 0-1. That one's foul back. 0-2 count now. See it very sparingly, and all of a sudden he pulls the string out of nowhere. Really get a hitter off balance. 0-2 count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Syracuse Orange over the Fairfield Stags. 1-0. And Dillon comes set. And he delivers with the 0-2. That one chopped foul towards the Fairfield dugout, and it'll remain 0-2.
Well, Burke avoids having his team be victim of an immaculate inning with that one, but that pitch jammed him. He saw the fastball coming up high and in, thought it would break, and swung halfway, took it off the skinny part of the bat, and put it off foul.
Especially with those metal bats, the earlier part towards the handle a lot skinnier than on that wood part where it kind of is a continuous curve. This one kind of breaks off. 0-2 again. Dillon comes set, and the pitch. That one down and in, bounces away from the Fairfield catcher.
There's a school of thought when you got wheels like Connor Burke, maybe you swing at that pitch when you know it's going to go away from the catcher, especially when you've already gotten one guy to reach base on a drop third strike in this game.
Not a strategy you'd see employed maybe in a lot of leagues, but certainly here, already done it once, able to get on base on the rare drop third strike. 1-2 count. Dillon comes set, looks home, and he delivers. Another one, down and in. Same exact result, fastball.
And Burke takes a moment. It's like some sweat got in his eye. Needed to readjust his helmet.
Jared Cavino behind the dish for Fairfield. That one just bounces away from him. Now full count, 1 out, Burke at the dish. The 3-2. Dillon comes set. And the pitch. That one high. And Burke going to head on down to first base. And a really good at-bat there. Went down 0-2, fouled off a pitch, able to draw 4 straight balls and get on base. And you talk about him being the president of the team. Real leadership-esque move there. Maybe
hold on one second, Luke.
With the scoreboard.
I think you saw I had an eyebrow raise there. The umpire was a little unsure of things. That was ball 3. Burke went halfway down to first. The umpire let him and then realized what was happening. The scoreboard had a mistake, not the umpire, not
scoreboard operator. And I trusted in the operator. Maybe that trust was not so well placed. Now the full count pitch. Dillon comes set for the actual 3-2. The fastball right down the middle. That one's popped up back over our heads and into the field beyond us among the dandelions now. Remains 3-2.
And none of those flowers were in bloom a couple weeks ago. Like, can't get over this nice weather.
It has certainly brightened up as we've moved along here. Fastball on the outside corner. Now he draws the walk. He's going to get down to first base.
So I guess
it's for real.
Yeah, I guess you can call the scoreboard operator Nostradamus. He knowledge of what was going to happen.
Faked out just about everyone in the ballpark, and us, I guess. Jesse Cook doing an excellent job on the scorebook. And a throw over on the first pitch.
That's Alex Cordner now up for SU.
Cordner, the center fielder, not seen a lot of action this afternoon so far. In fact, I don't think he's seen any action, but another throw over.
Well, on defense, no action. He
gets back.
Singled his last time up.
And a lot of the orange, a force at the plate so far. Now the 0-0 comes home. It's low. Burke gets off. He's going to dart back. He faked him out. And that one popped up, it looked like, off the glove or maybe the turf. Our view slightly impeded by the umpire, but it's picked up and keeps it from going into the outfield. Burke almost halfway to second there, darted back, realized a little too late, but those throw-overs certainly weren't for nothing. Dillon looks him back to first. And now he comes home with it. That one outside, but it's called strike. 1-1.
Well, Cordner, a solid guy to rely on with the bat, 389 batting average. Burke leading off first there, not your usual suspect to steal. He's got 10 of them, though.
The next pitch, same pitch, fastball on the outside corner, 1-2. So Cordner takes that pitch 2 times in a row, and umpire reminds him behind the plate that one's going to be called for a strike. And you wonder now, maybe you see a little bit of action from Burke. And Dillon thinking the same thing, goes over there with the pickoff throw. Now That would have been a balk if we were playing by our major league rules, the new rules instituted this season.
Yeah, can't do it. Yeah,
Only
what?
2 disengagements per at bat, but can throw over as many times as he wants to here. And now he comes home. That one's driven into left center field. It's going to get down, and a single for Cortland, his second of the game. Burke over to second with the slide. Kyle Chi, the catcher, now coming to the plate. His third at bat already in the 4th inning. So only 1 run for the Orange, but they've been getting through the lineup fairly quickly. Struck out his last time up.
Oh, and she scored that run. Came up in the first, singled, stole second, and came all the way around.
Now looking to produce one with 1 out. Sheridan Dillon comes set. Looks home. Delivers, and that one curveball high up near the helmet area. A 1-0 count early on. And Burke certainly infielders. You see him leading off there, kind of moving his hands, maybe a jitter or two.
How she threatening with that bunt.
And a timeout called. A mock delivery from Dillon. She gets back in the box, adjusts the batting gloves, and he's ready to go. 1-0, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Syracuse and Fairfield delivers. Foul tip into the glove. 1-1 count. And able to hang on there. Really nice job for Cavino.
A big problem for Shee on those swings, especially when he's behind the pitch. He pulls his head out of his swing and really just pulls himself off kilter so he doesn't even see the ball.
Here comes the 1-1. Gets it with the inside of the bat. Dillon's just going to go to first, get the out there. 2 down. Runners on second and third for the Orange. Dillon thought about it, looked towards second, but you got that center field speed for Cortland. Doesn't want to test that. Knows he's probably not going to be able to get the double play either way. So she, with the fielder's choice, heads back to the bench.
Tom Montfort at the dish now.
Montfort up. Dillon, the 0-0. That one's dribbled through the middle. Shortstop knocks it down. Can't pick it up, though. It's another run for Syracuse. Burke going to score, possibly on the air.
I think that'll go down as a hit. That was a tough play to make right behind second base.
Colin Craig just couldn't corral it. Got the ball in his glove and just couldn't throw it over to first. Adam Neufeld now to the dish. 2-0. He's got runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 for Syracuse. Their 7th hit of the afternoon already. Dillon, a really strong record as a pitcher this season. ERA below 1. The first pitch up high, fastball, and a steal.
No throw.
None at all. Neufeld able to swipe second quickly. And you don't want to risk that runner from third coming home on the potential throw, so you let him take that one. A big lead. And that one into right field, a little poke. Going to get one, and they're going to hold Neufeld at third, but Cortland scores on the hit. It's 3-0 Syracuse. 2 outs and a little bit of an offensive explosion late here in the 4th inning.
So big swing there for Neufeld, his second RBI ahead of the game, and they hold Montfort at third. But coming home there, Alex Cortland, and that signals a stoppage as Fairfield has to think things over.
Yeah, you got Louis DeAngelis struck out twice in this game so far, but you know he's got that power. But visit here, talk things over. So, see, what are you seeing here? Early parts of this game, first playoff game of the season, and 2 weeks off. Haven't seen any live action in quite a while, but Syracuse bats don't look to be phased.
I chatted with MP Geis, one of the pitchers, a couple days ago, and he said Syracuse has been pretty sparse with practices just because they're also students. It's final season, but the Orange really getting wise to those low and away pitches, using the right side of the field to their advantage, especially those right-handed batters.
A .46 ERA coming into this game for Dillon. Hasn't seemed to phase the Orange, and now DeAngelis ready to go here, as is Dillon. 0-0, 2 outs in the inning, bottom of the 4th. And he comes with the 0-0. It's a fastball right down the middle. And once again, Syracuse going to swipe second base.
That one pretty easily.
Yeah, and then once again, you don't want to risk the throw. Have the run home. DeAngelis. Dillon delivers. That one in the outside corner called strike. 0-2. Some calls of outside from the dugout and some spectators as well. 0-2. 2 outs, 3-0 Syracuse. Dylan to DeAngelis. Sets, comes home with it. That one fouled off. That fastball was in the exact same spot. And you reckon Dylan probably wants to go back there after he gets the call on that last one. And he's got a lot of calls with that fastball in the outside corner so far. Just through 3 2/3.
All you can ask for from an umpire is consistency, and he keeps calling those pitches. So
has been consistent for sure. DeAngelis now, the 0-2. Dylan looks home, set, and he delivers with it. It's a fastball up high, fouled off. Remains 0-2. DeAngelis hanging in there.
DeAngelis has now seen a swarm of pitches from Dylan. 3 in his first at bat, 5 in his second. That was his 4th here. Only 2 of those pitches the entire day have been balls.
Yeah, he's been accurate in the zone. Definitely wants to challenge him, and he's going to do it here again. It's a curveball down the middle. He strikes out for the 3rd time, and DeAngelis tosses the bat. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Good offensive inning for the Orange. 3-0 Syracuse over Fairfield on the SU Baseball Network. Top of the 5th inning on the SU Baseball Network. Luke Burgess, Jesse Cook here with you, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Orange in the early part of this game. We're getting into it here, and it's Timothy Cooper coming up for Fairfield in the top of the 5th, and a really solid start so far for Reardon. It's been dealing through 4 innings, and he comes home with the first pitch of the 5th. That one on the outside corner, fastball. She's going to drop it. And so,
Cooper struggling entering today, an 091 average. Trio of RBIs to his credit, though.
The 1-0. Fastball up high, gets him swinging. 1-1 count, all even. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That one inside, fastball from Liam Reardon. Reardon's done a really good job of mixing his pitches so far today and done it effectively, able to keep the Fairfield hitters off balance. Now here comes the 2-1, and that one's a strike. Looked like he went back to that changeup and a little bit of a check swing, but it gets the zone regardless. 2-2 count. Reardon working fast, already back into the stretch. Here he comes. And that one looked like the changeup again. That time he doesn't get him to swing. Full count, no outs, top of the 5th. 7 hits for Syracuse. The bats have been live so far against a good Fairfield pitcher. Here comes Liam Reardon with the 3-2. And a curveball on the outside corner. Gets him looking, sets him down, 1 out in the inning. And that's probably the best pitch we've seen from Reardon all day. Freezes him with the call.
Luke, you and I both fist bumped there. We're not fans, but that was just exciting to see as a baseball lover. That started about midway through the right-handed batter's box and finished on the left corner of the plate.
Really good pitch there. The first one called ball 1.
That's Brendan Bartoli at the dish now. Struck out swinging last time.
The 1-0 up high. Fastball. And Reardon set down a lot of people with the strikeout so far, as has Dylan. And there's that curveball again. Bends it in on the outside corner. Looks like he's really got a feel for that pitch.
And you want to use that.
2-1. Fastball inside, 3-1 now. Looked like he tugged that one a little bit, came across. And once again, we talked about it early in the game, but on these turf mounds, you certainly can slip when you're coming down. It kind of looked like his plant foot maybe wasn't entirely solid in the turf mound just then. 3-1 now. And Reardon comes home with it. Fastball low and in, and he walk him. Bartoli gets aboard.
Only the second runner of the entire game for Fairfield.
And now it's for the Stags here in the top of the 5th in Cortland, Gutchness Lumber Sports Complex. A 1 out. Reardon comes home. And the first one is lined into left field. That one going to take a big hop off the turf. Going to get it in quickly, and it's going to be runners at first and second. A good rip, and the first hit of the day for the Stags breaks up the no-hitter in the top of the 5th. So 4 1/3 without a hit.
You got that right, Luke. He was looking for something special. Still could happen, not in the no-hitter variety. Caleb Burcham here.
And the first pitch called strike on the outside corner. And it actually looks like it's number 15 here up to the dish. Caleb Burcham. Or the name on the back of the jersey is different. So a little bit of confusion there. And that one grounded to short. Can't get a handle on it. Goes to second. He's safe. So runners at all bases. 1 out, and the bases are loaded. And that one likely to be an error. Just not able to corral it was Burke.
Yeah, it took a weird hop, and it's tough to play on the turf there for Syracuse, especially when you play on grass most of the year at Christian Brothers Academy.
Nicholas Milo now to the dish, but absolutely, that ball will skip off the infield. You used to the friction of the grass taking a little bit off of it. Reardon deals. Fastball down the middle, popped up on the infield. That one's drifting out to the outfield. Center fielder makes the catch, comes home with it, and a good throw. They're not going to send the runner. So holds the runners, 2 outs now, and kind of a surprising move. They don't send Bartoli there from third, but a really solid throw from Cordner. Does the job.
A beautiful throw. That one hopped the plate and ended up in the strike zone. Cordner just a dart. And now the top of the order up, Andre Briganti. He struck out twice.
Reardon's been really strong against the good Fairfield hitters, trying to keep it scoreless here. Delivers a curveball on the outside corner. Gets him down 0-1. 3-0 here for the Orange. Liam Reardon trying to keep it scoreless in the 5th inning.
Tying run on first.
Bases loaded. Looks home. Curveball again. Bounces that one to second. Going to make the play. Over to Corrado. Gets the out. So Liam Reardon, he showed us how dynamic he can be in dealing through the first 4. Gets in a bit of a jam in the 5th and gets out of it. 3-0 Syracuse over Fairfield. back here in Cortland, bottom of the 5th. Syracuse back up to bat, leading 3-0 over Fairfield.
William Giffen leading off for the Orange. 0 for 2 thus far, though, but he's an aggressive player. Seen 4 pitches, swung at 2, and the only 2 he didn't swing at were also in the strike zone.
Giffen out in right field today. Speedy right fielder, and the Orange have been aggressive on the base paths so far. Dillon back out there for the 5th inning. Comes home, and a fastball right down the middle. Gets the velocity by him, and Giffen just couldn't get the bat off his shoulder. 0-1. No outs, bottom of the 5th. Syracuse leading Fairfield 3-0. Here's the 0-1. That one down low in the dirt. 1-1 count, all even up on Giffen.
First time he's seen a ball. How about that?
It took 3 at-bats, but that's what you get when you're aggressive. People know you're going to swing. They're going to challenge you, especially when you got good velocity like Dillon. Comes home with it. That one driven out to center field, slicing, and it makes the catch. That one was moving away from the center fielder.
Yeah,
makes the catch regardless, and 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, Brendan Bartoli had a good beat on that one. Followed it straight from bat to field.
Yeah, and makes the catch on the backhand there.
Jack Corrado for Syracuse now.
Back up to the plate. Dillon with the first pitch. That one, breaking ball high. 1-0. Corrado steps back in quickly. Dillon ready to go. Pace of the game moving on pretty quickly here in the 5th inning. Sheridan Dillon delivers. And it's on that outside corner again. He calls that a strike. He's been doing it all day. Fastball. 1-1 against Corrado. Dillon sets. Infield playing straight up. Comes home. Swing and a miss. That looks like that changeup. So 1-2. Corrado in pitcher's count here. He's got to defend.
Yeah, way ahead of that changeup. He didn't know what was coming his way.
Dillon, as we talked about earlier, does a really good job of disguising that pitch. Catcher set up high, and he throws the fastball right up there. Gets him with the velocity, and Corrado will head back to the bench. 2 outs and 2 quick outs in the inning. So Fairfield's starting to settle in a little bit now after a rough first couple innings. Obviously, they give up 2 last time, but now 2 really quick outs in this one. And Thack will come up to the plate. That's Christian Thack, second baseman.
He's 1 for 2. Singled his first time up.
And the first pitch. Down low. Looked like a fastball, maybe a little velocity off of it, but 1-0.
Yeah, worked him low and inside, trying to get back to really corkscrew that ball. Just jammed him.
Cavino sets up outside. And the pitch. And that one outside and low. 2-0 now. Hitters count here. And Thack going to pick a spot, hopefully, and look for the ball right there. 2-0 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes Dillon. Fastball up and in. He's going to pop that one up, and it's going to get out of play. Just feet behind us. Smacks on the concrete. You may be able to hear that one on the broadcast. 2-1.
I'm sure that was louder than the pop of a wooden bat.
I don't know about that
concrete.
I don't know if that ball will be in play much more for the rest of the day. It might be a little bit scuffed up after that one. Time called.
Yeah, I think the Horsehide got enough dings in that after that one. It's club baseball, so they try to hold on to him even when they go out of play, but maybe not that one.
2-1 count to Thack. Second baseman made some nice plays on defense today. That one breaking ball up and in, foul tip, and 2-2. So all of a sudden, he evens the count right back up. Foul ball, foul tip. And the count is even. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Brendan Dillon trying to get through, or Sheridan Dillon, rather, trying to get through his 5th inning. Here comes the pitch. Fastball up high. Pops that one up on the infield. It's first baseman under it, and he's going to make the catch. That's Colin Craig. Or rather, no, that's Timothy Cooper who makes the catch at first to end the inning. So quick inning on defense. Well done for Fairfield. Syracuse back on defense. Reardon will head back out there. 3-0. Syracuse over Fairfield Stags on the SU Baseball Network. Back here in Cortland, SU Baseball Network, Syracuse Orange, and the Fairfield Stags, top of the 6th, and CJ Arena to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. And after a quick inning on offense, Liam Reardon back out there to pitch, and first pitch breaking ball gets in for a strike. 0-1 here in the top of the 6th. So game moved along at a pretty good pace. The defense for the Orange has been outstanding. Reardon the second pitch, and he plunks him with that one. So Arena going to get on base for the first time, and Colin Craig will come to the dish, the shortstop, trying to drive in some runs. Now, Syracuse in the hits department leading 7-1, but this game very close, 3-0 here in the top of the 6th.
Well, Fairfield doing one thing well, and that's getting runners on base without the hit. But another thing is that Syracuse keeps leaving players in scoring position. That's now 7 of them left on base.
Reardon looks to first, now comes home with it. That one grounded to third base, but it's foul ball called by the home plate umpire, and looked like it bounced right near the line. Could have gone either way. And
the Fairfield captain, Leo Cummings, is out coaching third base, and he motioned that it was fair. It looked from our vantage point like it might be right on the line, but the home plate umpire jumped out and got that perfect vision with it and found a little bit of green grass.
It's helpful on that turf. You get the black pellets spraying up when the ball hits. So easy to tell whether it's fair or foul. Hopefully made the right call. Reardon delivers the curveball, throw to first, and he's going to be safe at first. She guns one down after the pitch. Corrado makes a nice play with the glove, gets the tag on fairly quick, but 0-2 count against Craig.
Craig digging his back foot on the white of the back of the batter's box. He's really trying to get his eye on that fastball.
Yeah, and I think as well, it works for the breaking pitch too.
Yeah, it gets to you later. You see the break sooner.
Reardon has been delivering that curveball in the inside corner, and now he delivers here, and it's another curveball. That one's lined into right field. So 2 straight base runners for the Stags. Throws that one in, gets it down quickly, and Craig hyping his team up from first base.
So now that's a tying run coming up to the plate.
And that's Mason Brenchak. So
only 4 RBIs for him this season, but he's batting right around 300 at 297 line. Exactly who you want up in a moment like this.
Yeah, the third hitter in the lineup, number 22 in black, trying to make something happen with no outs in the top of the 6th. Step off there from Reardon, and as we said earlier, about getting back in the box. You see Brenchak really doing it as well. It gives you a little bit more time to sit on that curveball. Reardon looking the runner back at second. That's Arena. Now comes home with it, and the curveball again gets him to swing, and that's 3 straight curveballs he's thrown now. The last one was pummeled into right field, opposite way, but this one is a swing and a miss.
Hey, unshakable confidence. It's like a guy driving on 3 wheels.
Here comes the pitch. That one fastball driven to right field, getting back toward the wall, and it's foul. just sliced foul the last second and looked like it was going to be fair the whole way. Kind of turned over in midair. 0-2 count, and you can be assured that Reardon is thanking his lucky stars for that one. That was a potential 2 RBI knock, especially with the bounce off the turf. Brenchak instead going to head right back to the right-handed batter's box.
Reardon also lucky the wind is coming in towards home, so not only blew it foul, but that's 320 feet down the line. That's a short porch. No wind, that's a goner.
Liam Reardon, and time's called. 0-2 count here. It's a big pitch in this game. Could be a turning point if he were to get on base here. Reardon trying to keep him off. He delivers. That one up the middle. Getting to it is Burke. Burke steps on second, throws the first. That one wide. It's going to hit off the dugout fence, and it looks like Fairfield's going to get their first run of the game. Corrado can't corral it. Arena's going to score. It's 3-1. They get one out on the play, but a runner on first. So fielder's choice and then an error on the throw, and the runner will score. CJ Arena. And Timothy Cooper steps to the plate. One out in the inning. So runner on first, able to neutralize that runner on second, and Arena scores, of course. So kind of a fresh start. 3-1, top of the sixth, one out. Liam Reardon in the stretch. Looks home and delivers. Fastball in the outside corner. Doesn't get called that time, and I'm pretty sure that pitch has been a strike most of the day, but
that one was a little further off. I mean, Cooper saw that pitch well. The Boston native just laid off of it.
And time called. Slider tries to put it on the outside corner, and that was a good pitch, but won't count. So 1-0, still the count.
That's a rough one to throw off your rhythm on the hill. It's not having the pitch not count, but it's having someone stand up and stop play while you're throwing, so you get that little shimmy in your arm, that hesitation to hold back.
1-0 pitch. Fastball low. No dice. And Jesse, I know you mentioned earlier in the broadcast that the sun was peeking out from behind the clouds. Well, it's gone away again. We've got a big dark cloud right behind us. So the chilly temps have resumed. Mid-50s, not terrible, but Reardon delivers nonetheless. Doesn't get a hold of that curveball. Leaves it way out wide. 3-0 count now, and you would assume Cooper's probably taking all the way here in an attempt to try and get the tying runner on base. Go-ahead run on deck.
That's a 3-0 count. And
time
yeah,
called
you
again.
did mention the weather, and colder weather does have an effect on the baseball. Doesn't travel as far. There's a healthy layer of fog rolling in over the hills off to our right.
3-0 pitch, fouled back. That one's staying in play, it looks like, but catch is made.
Yeah, that one screwballed off to the third base side, and an easy grab there for Montfort. He has had very little work to do out there. Take it back to the Binghamton doubleheader 2 weeks ago, and third base was living up to the name of the hot corner. He was darting back and forth, left and right, diving this way and that for the ball. And this one a little easier on him.
A mound visit here, while this happens, it looked like she and Reardon didn't really know where that ball went. After it got up, Reardon kind of looks toward his catcher, doesn't know where it's at, and Montfort able to get right under it, make the catch. So 2 outs in the inning, and there is someone throwing in the bullpen for Syracuse. A little bit of action.
Yeah, a right-hander. It's a little tough to tell from our angle because we're blocked by 3 chain-link fences. It looks like it could be Daniel Goodstadt, the right-hander out of Chappaqua, but it's very difficult to tell from back here. Goodstadt, someone who's 1-0, no runs allowed this season, at least earned, and that's in 6 innings pitched. A big strikeout guy, 12 of them this season on the hill.
Center fielder Brendan Bartoli now coming to the dish, and Reardon going to stay on the hill for now. Pitching coach heads back to the dugout for Syracuse.
Oh, pitching coach, it's a new team president, Teague DiNicola.
Advice nonetheless, and must have been good advice because that one's a fastball up high, gets him to go 0-1. 2 outs, trying to escape this jam. Really the first time Reardon's ran into much trouble apart from the bases loaded jam earlier, but he got out of that just fine, unscathed. So 3-1, top of the 6th here in Cortland. Reardon comes set from the stretch, comes home. Change up, gets that one low. 1-1 count. Bartoli able to lay off of it.
Strange move from Shee to block. They didn't drop to both knees. He just leaned on his left one and relied on his glove. Not a common tactic, but it's worked for him thus far.
Reardon delivers. Fastball. That one's driven into right center. It's going to get down. And Fairfield going to hold their runner at second. So runners on first and second, 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
Yes, that's right. 2 outs.
Two
Sorry,
outs.
Luke, but something I looked at my scorebook and something didn't make sense. Wasn't looking at the scoreboard. Didn't trust it from earlier.
Understandably so. Brenchak holds at second base for the Stags.
Jared Covino, the catcher, up.
So Covino, big spot here. The go-ahead run. First pitch, curveball in the outside corner. That one's called for a strike. 0-1, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. 3 hits. The Stags more than doubled their hit total in this inning alone. And now a curveball way inside. It looks like he got out of the way. And that one just broke inside at the last second. A lot of break on that one. And shouts from the Syracuse dugout about the break on that pitch. 1-1 count. 3-1. Tying run is on first base for Fairfield. Comes home with it. Outside corner fastball called for strike 2. Reardon delivers that one with a lot of confidence. That one right again. That outside fastball has been getting calls all day long. Both corners, really. Reardon looks in for the pitch. Time called by a home plate umpire.
Well, Covino's someone who doesn't strike out a whole lot. Entered the game with just 4 of them, and he has yet to strike out today. 375 batting average.
1-2 pitch from Reardon. Delivers. Struck him out. Reardon gets out of the jam. So runners on first and second. 1 run scores, but it doesn't matter. Liam Reardon bounces right back, gets the strikeout with the slider. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Syracuse up 3-1. Bottom of the 6th here in Cortland. Syracuse up 3-1 over Fairfield. And it's Connor Burke to lead off the inning. So 7-inning game here, 3-1. Syracuse trying to close this one out. Sheridan Dillon still on the bump for the Stags. And the 0-0 pitch. Fastball down the middle, driven to left field. And Stags left fielder under it, makes the catch. 1 out in the inning. That's Burcham out there in left who makes the catch.
Not too difficult of a grab for him out there.
Not at all. Cordner now up to the plate. 1 out on 1 pitch. So Dillon's been really efficient the last few innings after he struggled a little bit in the middle innings. And, of course, the first inning, Syracuse is most productive. Cordner swings on the first pitch, bounces it over to the shortstop. throws on to first and 2 pitches, 2 outs. That's Colin Craig making the play. Fires a rocket. It was a strike on to first. So, as we said, efficiency, the name of the game here in the bottom of the 6th. Chi steps to the plate.
That was a tough play at short. I mean, Craig was running on that one. It leapt over a leaping pitcher in Dylan, and he caught it off the high hop and managed to get it to first right on time.
And that's what we talked about, this turf all afternoon long. Certainly very bouncy.
Yeah.
Kyle Chi to the plate, 2 outs, trying to avoid the 3-pitch inning. I imagine he's probably not going to swing at that one, and why would he anyway? A fastball in the dirt. 1-0 on the first pitch from Dylan.
That one
did a good job of corralling that with the glove.
That one bounced in front of home.
Fastball command has been really good for Dylan all day. This one's right down the middle. Flies into center field. Big fly, big pop, and under it. Makes the catch. So a 4-pitch inning. And a real efficient one for the Stags. Going to get off quickly. We'll head to the 7th inning. Syracuse up 3-1 over the Stags.
It's the top of the 7th and final frame of the Orange with their starter, Liam Reardon, still on the hill. His first batter, though, Caleb Burcham, has reached base both times he's come up. No hits, pitch, and a fielder's choice. It's a righty-righty matchup. Jesse Cook, Luke Burgess with you on the call. First pitch on the way. Watches a strike on the lower outside edge, and it's an 0-1 count.
He's been able to use that that curveball on the outside corner so effectively all day. Does it again right there.
Reardon kicks and deals. Foul tipped between the legs of Shee, and that hit off the unpadded area, but he didn't even flinch. Went off the bottom of the thigh, so the breaking ball really lost speed at the end.
Yeah, same pitch again right there. Goes right back to it.
0-2, Reardon fires, swinging a foul tip to the backstop, so Burcham stays alive.
Jesse, you want to guess what pitch that was? It's the curveball again.
I was going to say.
3 times in a row on the outside corner. 2 foul balls, 0-2 count. Can't complain about that.
So if you're Reardon, do you go fastball or off speed?
I think you got to go fastball high here. Try and get him to swing, mess up his timing.
0-2 again. Fires a curveball and hammered up the middle. Burke stabs it at short, throws across the body on the turn, but not in time. It was a dart to first, just a little too late, and there's one on for the 9-hitter in the Fairfield lineup, Nicholas Milo. Nobody out.
And a really good stretch by Corrado as well. Goes into the split on the turf. He looks to be fine. Makes the grab, too. And really all the way through, an excellent play. Just a good hit. Able to get on base.
Brings up Milo, and Burke used to bounce off the turf perfectly. Reardon from the stretch. Swing and a miss. The lefty way behind that fastball. So now he uses it.
That fastball had some life on it.
A little bit of a jump, one might say. Time called by Milo. The pitch. He fouls that one off. The welcome tent near a neighboring field. Runner on first. Top the order on deck for Fairfield. Not exactly on their last leg yet, but really fighting. Reardon, he deals. Backdoor curveball had him looking. It works that time, and there's one away in the top of the 7th with one on for the top of the order and Andre Briganti.
The break on that ball is really impressive for Reardon. Freezes another hitter, and quite a few strikeouts looking today for Reardon.
Briganti, a victim of one of them. He's 0 for 3. The first pitch to the righty. He swings and foul pops it out to the right side, out of play. Right off of